Hello.
Roland, move on.
Tonight's show is freestyle. So we're going to do freestyle. There'll be no slides for us tonight. And we are happy to be joined by fellow viewers and managers as well. So for the first time on the show, I want to welcome Sam. Sam, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
All right. We know it's a bit late where you are, but thanks for joining. Precious, how far?
Oh, cool. I'm okay. Thank you. Thanks for
Yeah, I know you too. It's a bit late. Yes, but for us, the three of us here, there's no lateness here. Hey, Marvin Owusu,
Charlie,
how are
how
you?
that? Charlie, we are cool, crowd. Always good to be back on the show.
Good.
Just the next week,
It
we'll
is
talk
so,
about
it
my
is so.
34 points.
FPL Ambassador himself,
Let's look for today.
Raymond Nketsiah.
Um,
Raymond, how are you?
sure, I'm fine by God's grace. I'm actually happy that we have such a special classic FPL show for FPL managers, looking at how people love
For
FPL.
sure.
FPL being played now more than 8 million managers worldwide. It just tells you how the game is growing, and it's glad we have such a show to talk about FPL just in general, not too much about our game weeks. Like Marvin doesn't want us to talk about his game week, so we just avoided it.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I think that the game with the past game week was more about bench boost teams, but we won't talk about that for now. Let's keep that for another time. But we just want to have a little discussion on how we love the FPL game and what it's all about. Why are my lights dimming? Anyway, let's let's get the show started. So Raymond, I hand over to you. And I just before I hand over, I just want to know FPL, if we give you even 10 hours, you talk about it 10 hours. So you take over from here and please don't talk for 10 hours. We beg you.
Who will talk for FPL for 10 hours?
Yourself.
Are you sure?
Your honorable self. No, my brother, let's go. Let's go.
Okay, great. So we have for viewers, so our plan was to make such a very wonderful show for FPL managers. We just want to share ideas and then discuss FPL in general. We know most of the time we talk about the game weekend stuff, but this is in an international bid. We wanted to have a very free flowing show. So we just want to know everybody and when he or she got to know about FPL. So I'll start. Marvin, when did you get to know about FPL and who introduced you to FPL?
So what's the question too?
I said, when did you get to know about FPL and who introduced you to FPL? Or how did you get to know about FPL?
I think I first heard about it when I was like in uni times, outside the country, and I mean, you know, organizations, they used to, like, the staff used to come together and play and all those things. But honestly, I wasn't really interested in it at that point. I think what made me interested was when our close knit friends decided to form a league, for us to, like, Charlie, have some form of competition amongst ourselves. And I think that's what sparked my interest, because you have like close friends, a lot of banter, a lot of groups, lots of laughter, lots of insults that you know. Charlie, yeah. So it just add on to like your Saturday. So right now, you are not just watching. First, you used to enjoy like just watching football on its own. But right now,
Yeah.
you are thinking about your FPL team and how things are going. So I think it's the close knit friends that really made me interested in FPL. And as I always say, when people are talking about targets and power rank, honestly, it's secondary to me, because me, my first thing is just to win the league with just 10 of my close friends. That's all. And then everything else is secondary. So yeah, I think it's a close knit friends that really sparked FPL for me. So that's for me.
Okay. Somehow, I'm sure yours will also be the same.
Yeah, it was the same. I don't remember. I think it was Marvin, but at that time I was in America. He was in the UK, and you know Kwama Lama. He's been joining the what do you call it? The people who talk in the conversation, whatever. And I think he and I were in the same school. So we did a group together. We started playing in there. We added Marvin. And I think that time there, I used to be the king, but now I don't know what's happened. But we'll get there.
So you used to be the kid there, but it looks like Marvin has officially
I've passed the baton,
handed
but you
over.
the time
Yeah.
I'll come back. I'll come back.
Okay. Precious. So you, how did you get to know about FPL, and then how was FPL?
Yeah, so I think I got to know about it right before I started my national service. Actually, around the time I started my national service, some of the colleagues who I graduated with had been playing it the previous years, so they recommended that we have a WhatsApp page for our class, right? So they recommended that all the guys on the WhatsApp page create a team so that we play amongst ourselves in the league for bragging rights, and that was kind of how I got into it. Previously, I wasn't much of an EPL guy. Like, my team is not in the EPL, but I kind of used that as an opportunity to get to know more about the league. And I mean, the first year for me was quite a steep learning curve. But I have had my ups and downs. But overall, I think what has really made me invested in it is the banter you have with members from your private league. Because like Marvin said, it's sometimes when you aim for high global rankings, it's sort of takes the fun out of it. It's the whole competition amongst friends that makes it exciting for me in a way.
Roland.
I think it was about like 3 years ago, and Marvin mentioned to me that they have a game that they've been playing. So he mentioned it, and he was like, okay, because I love soccer too. It's something that I could get some interest from. So he mentioned it, and Sam also mentioned it, and he said, okay, you take me through, you mentor me through the game. You show me do this, do that.
Okay.
Mentor no more, but
so that is the origin of Sam being your mentor.
Yes, better than the beans. Better than the beans. No doubt, beans.
Sam, would you want to give her a battle immediately?
Oh no!
Sam has been of great help. For Marvin, it was all about the competition. So it was about Sam and I, trying to get to him in sorts of like catch up with him. So it took, I think, the first year I played, Marvin was first, Sam was second, I was third. Then the following year, Marvin was first again. I think Abeku was second, right? If I'm wrong. Was Abeku second? Yeah. Abeku was second, and and again I was third. Then the following year, Marvin was first. Then I think Abeku was second again. Then another friend said she was third, and I came fourth. Then the following year, that is when we started chatting about FPL, you, Raymond. Then I think that with the tips here and there, now Raymond, even when you wake up, you see like 20, 30 messages of FPL. What is all this? Because typing alone sometimes is work. So Raymond will say, oh, this and that and that. And I think before the game week ends, Sam also comes in, would ask, how's your team looking and all of that. Because the whole idea is to get to Marvin, because Marvin had been for 3 years and it was too much. You can't be greedy like that. So it was more or less, you combine our brains, myself, Sam, then you also joined in, then, oh, yes, we ousted him. Sharp. So that's how.
Against for serious.
That's just about it.
Marvin, hey, in fact, Marvin, let me tell you something. Last season, the season that Rowland was fourth, that was getting to the end after the COVID, the restart. That was when Rowland started asking me about it. I was like, okay, then he came first comment. He was like, Ray, I see you are very interested in this FPL. I said, yeah, me, I'm more of a football guy. So FPL makes me get to know more about football, want to put my football knowledge to the test. So that's why I really like FPL. So then he said, so what are the tips? I started sharing, but that was on a very casual bit like that. And then he was very sad when he finished fourth. He was like, no, at least he should have finished at least second. So he was very sad when he finished fourth. Then. So the next season, we started talking from pre-season all through the whole of last season. And we were targeting you how we go. How will we? I think we bypassed Marvin, I think once or twice as the season went. And then Marvin overtook you again.
I had a bad start. I had a very bad start. So I was at the bottom.
Yeah, Marvin had a poor start. That's true.
We shouldn't be making Marvin the benchmark because he will start with body. Like,
So it was really, really Rowland's desire to beat you last year, and I had to really do everything I had to do in my ability to help him. And thanks be to God, he beat you. So sad Rowland beat you, but Charlie, it's all good. It's all good there. Yeah. So
wonderful.
So it looks like much about FPL is about how the banter is the how you play among friends. It's not much about the worldwide ranking. In fact, which of you is aiming to win worldwide ranking somewhere in the future?
On our back is.
Arku, are you thinking about winning the worldwide anytime soon?
Not even close. not even close. You get very miserable when you chase world rankings. There are so many players better than. For me personally, there's so many players better than me. So I'd rather be a village champion than be in the world rankings and like what in the top 50K or like top. Okay. So there's 50,000 people more than me. When you think about it, it's so like depressing. But if in my small group there's only one person or two people better than me, I feel much better about it.
You feel much better than that. Great. Okay, so having entered the top 1,000 before 2 seasons ago, my plan has been that in the next 3 years I'll enter top 100, and if the opportunity is there to win it, I'll win. But it's a very Herculean task because sometimes it's not about how good you play. There's an element of luck in it because the points are very, very slow. How good you play your chips, how good, because Rowland can tell you last season my bench boost was basa. I had 6 points. 6 points on my bench from just 6 points from the bench, and then you play the triple captain. Marvin, how was your triple captain last season?
Calvin Lewin.
The funny thing, let me just come in. Kane played before Calvin Lewin. Sam, if you remember, I think you also triple captain Kane, right? If you remember that time.
Yeah. Kane did better.
Yes, and Marvin thought that so he went for DCL. So I think the first game of the double game week was on a Sunday, and Calvin Lewin was playing on Monday. So I think King gave only an assist. So now we had I think 9 or 11 or 12 points or so, and you should have seen. Marvin was trying to hide it and all of that, but you could tell that the man was happy that King had only given an assist. And I think this year was playing some Coco team.
So was playing West Brom on Monday, and I think Southampton. Was playing West Brom and Southampton, the cheapest fixtures across board.
The game started, Raymond. The game started. DCL chances left, right, center. In my heart. 40th minute.
I think he got injured just a little while before, like the double game week. So maybe that affected, but I don't know.
I got injured.
Massa, please. How can people come to you? You play West Brom, it's around it, and you mess up. Not even one goal or assist. Two games. He played all those 2 games. It's not like he was benched for one and you see that
early. Yes, the first game, I think 80th minute or so he was substituted. Oh, come and see rejoicing. I was happy. And the second game, Kane didn't do anything again.
So okay, I'm going to ask a quick question. I want to know which year did you start playing FPL? If you can remember, the year you started playing FPL. So Sam, can you remember the exact year?
I think it was 2011.
2011. Wow.
Yeah, 2011.
Boss. So like 10 years experience. Is that a huge amount of experience?
You see, that's the thing. I think I have 10 years experience, but it doesn't make sense. I don't understand what's happening.
Okay, good. So, Marvin, how many years for you?
It should have been the same time.
What year?
What year? Same time.
So 2011. So,
then it should have been 2011.
2011. Okay, so like 10 years, Charlie. I salute the two of you. Wonderful. Precious.
Oh, 2014. 2015.
2014, okay.
Yeah.
Mine was 2015, 2016. 2015, 2016. So I've played FPL for like 6 years. So this is my 7th year playing FPL. I think to me, the person who got me to play FPL was Taki. You know, when we finished our national service at Valco like this, just what we're about to end, Taki called for a discussion. I think in the locker area, I was like, Charlie, I wanted to play this FPL. I said, I'm going to think about what I would do in my life. Charlie said, still, he was more like, I know you like football so much. So at least you are my friend. So he said it for like 2 weeks. I didn't mind him. So I started playing in game week 3. So that season, I didn't start in game week 1. I started in game week 3. And then when I started, I just got involved. And then somebody says, now I have become an FPL addict. So we'll take it like that. Okay. I was about to ask Rowland, but Rowland is gone. Okay, good. So the question now is, Rowland, are you back?
You say yourself.
What's the day? Rowland, come again. You made a point. Or shall I continue? Okay. So yes. So how many years? What year did you start playing FPL? What year did you start playing FPL?
Oh, I think 2016.
2016. Okay. So that's like 5 years now. Okay. But this year.
This year.
Yeah.
No. This is the 4th year.
No, then it's 2017.
2017.
You started 3 years ago. 3rd, 4th, 1st.
3 years.
3 years ago. So this is your 4th season. Okay.
No,
great.
I was 3rd.
3rd, 4th, 1st.
Rowland, let's do it. Go to the FPL site right now and go and check and come back to us.
It's 3rd, 4th, 1st, I'm sure.
Okay. No problem then. So yes. So now the question then is, okay, we have been playing FPL for this long. Don't you guys get disinterested in playing FPL? But yes, you've not won the worldwide. You've won against your friends. I mean, you've been able to show them that you are better than them or whatever. Why don't you stop playing? Can't you go on a sabbatical or why? Why do you still play? So Sam, I'll start with you.
You see, I think so. What we have in our group, we put money together, and we are playing for the first. I think last season, what we did was 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. But Marvin doesn't like that. He wanted the first to take all the money or whatever.
What is the second game? No. I don't know how people do that. Just let the first person take all the money. That's all.
No.
In life, even at the Olympics, there's 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So sometimes you need to be like that.
Thank you.
We agree in our group, right? And they say first takes all. We went to a vote, so first takes all the money. So anyway, let's continue.
And I think it's the kind of people who we have in our group. Because the people, if people inside when you beat them, you're able to laugh at them, so it makes it fun. There's some guys in our group who left that team, you always beat them.
Boys no good though. Boys no good. Okay, so it's more like the banter, the competition, and you know, funny enough, boys are naturally very competitive. Boys naturally very competitive. If you beat me this year, my target is that next year I'll beat you. So boys will not even when you want to give up, boys will say, "I will not allow you to go and sleep. I want you to play against you this year." Okay, Precious. So you. Why are you still playing FPL?
In fact,
because I know I sorry, before you continue, I know there was a year that you were doing your thesis and stuff. You were really caught up in between, but still after that you came back and you were still playing. So
yeah, you're right. Even this year I wasn't even planning on playing, to be honest, because my whole I play it if I have time. It's fun. It's a way for me to release tension.
Stress.
It's fun.
Sure.
But if I don't have time, I don't really play for it. But I haven't missed a season yet, because usually if I plan that I won't play, something will happen and then it will bring me back into it.
Okay.
Either one of my colleagues will start talking trash out of nowhere that they are better than me. So now I have to prove to them that they are talking nonsense. So now I have to. And then this year, for example, I wasn't planning on playing, but Raymond invited me on his program the first season. And I needed to show my team. And I needed to show my team.
Okay.
So then I was like, that means I have to play. So that was kind of motivation for me to actually play and do well. Because I can't come on this show and be talking, opening my mouth and talking, and then I'm not doing well in the FPL. So usually it's external motivations that keep me going during times when I feel like, and I don't think I have it. I don't think I have the time to play. So yeah.
Okay, great. Rowland, I'll come to you for Marvin. Rowland, what keeps you playing?
Yeah.
You played for 3 years and counting. So why are you still playing?
Yeah, it's 3 years. I checked. Yeah, it's 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So just the fact that some people like Marvin, you can get him out of the way. He does himself like gentle.
Marvin, tell him boys don't like you, cow.
Yeah, I promise. Hey, against oh no.
So
and there's more of them. The whole league, everybody just doesn't like my matter. I think it's only Papaya. The rest of them. It's only Papaya. The rest of them, Charlie, forget. Everybody.
Boys no good, cow. Boys no good, cow.
The thing is, when you are playing against people who are very good, it gives you the kind of motivation to continue playing. Because Marvin, for instance, he doesn't really talk to anyone about it. He does it all by himself, right? And you sometimes wonder how the decisions go so well. So it gives you that kind of impetus to also try.
Marvin is good.
He's good.
I beg you.
I hear Sam, you were saying something. Sorry, I had to mute your mic because of your background sound. Sam, you were saying something.
I said it's luck.
There's no luck in it. You need to do something for 4 years. 4 years is not luck. Master, 4 years on top. There's no luck to it, please. Salute Owusu. What is this? Owusu, we salute him. Rowland Ekuban.
Yeah, so that's just it. And I think for our chess group, players like Prosper, I like his kind of thinking. Prosper he doesn't talk, but at a point in time, Prosper is at the top. I don't get it.
You have to call Prosper to come to the stream.
Yes, I look at Precious. Okay, I see Precious's team. Okay, this is his team. Okay, I'm cool with it. Okay, Precious is more of a conservative manager, so you can at least know that this week he will make a move. His team is looking good. He'll make a move. You look at Raymond, we talk, so I know what's going on. Sam, I talk to Sam, I know what's going on with his team, right? So between myself and Sam and you, there's no competition. Whoever is first is first. Sure. I don't have a problem with it. But when last 2 weeks, didn't Precious pass me? I sat and analyzed this team. I was like, but this guy, no, you can't be far behind and just come and overtake him. It's not fair. You don't do that. I've been on top for 8 or 9 weeks. And you can't pass it. You don't do that. I felt very disrespected. But I think that with Precious, with Prosper, they give you a tough time because, especially Prosper, I don't know what he's doing. Precious likewise, because it makes it difficult. So you're always trying to put them down and trying to get the upper hand. So I think these are some of the things that motivates me to play.
Okay, that's good.
You can trash talk people when you're on top, so it's also good.
Yes. In fact, that reminds me, I could remember when Don topped the group for just a few weeks at the start of one season. Certain season he topped. I think he had played his triple captain, his bench boost, and he started talking trash that you guys are always making us about football. Look at where you all are. I'm on top of all of you.
I love situations like that. I love like the ignorant managers who come in, right, and then because they've done something that has yielded them the point, but the mentality behind it is not sound FPL strategy. You know what I mean? But because they have seen the results from it, they think that the result is a reflection of the mindset that went into making that decision.
Yeah.
So then when they start doing more, I usually try not to say anything. You just wait. As the weeks go on by, you see they start going down the table. They start going down the table because something like playing your triple captain in the first week, nobody does that. Why would you play all your chips during the first week? So those type of people, they are very laughable to me because you know that it's not going to last. You just know. And the thing is, they are so ignorant of it. They actually think you are right. That's the funny part.
Yeah,
that's the part that really keeps me entertained during the course of the season. The ignorant managers who got to where they are by luck, and they think now that they are better than everybody else.
They are better than all those who are the tactical planners in FPL. They are better and they trash talk everybody.
everybody. Like Abeku being on top for just a day or two, we will not hear the end of it. You call out Malcolm, you call out Sam. I mean, the number of people this boy will call out. I just wish you could have this into our group.
Sam, give us a feedback about Abeku on top.
I think we get problems. we get serious problems. Every day is happening. Every day is happening. And
I passed. I think the season before Rowland won it. I called Rowland. I think that's the first time I actually told Rowland, I'm actually come to tell you my strategy.
Yeah.
Because Abeku was ahead of me 4 points, and then Rowland, I had an in-depth discussion with Rowland, like, this is what I'm going to do to pass Abeku, or this is what I have in mind. So I looked at his team, everything. I even wanted to, there was this defender who was doing well. So I was like, I think I wanted to buy him, but I needed to do a -4. But I didn't see the point of doing a -4. Who was it?
Peters, Burnley, the Burnley defender.
I think Burnley he was doing so well. He had like an excellent whatever. I don't know whether Abeku had him or whatever. So I wanted to do a -4 to buy him. I'm like, you know what, I won't do it. And I just knew that this guy would do some stupid move. And lo and behold, this guy, before the game week started, made the best man win. He started talking trash again. I'm like, okay, you know from I think this guy, no. I think I went to buy Sterling. I remember. I went to buy
Sterling. It was Sterling.
I think Captain Sterling or something. Sterling just scored one. This guy had De Bruyne. De Bruyne scored like 2 goals. I mean, he didn't captain De Bruyne. So he missed out on the De Bruyne captaincy points. So I think I passed him. I just passed it by some 9 points. Oh my goodness. Come and see. The guy deleted himself from the group even. I know I was on this case. Oh, literally. That was it. And it's just pride, Charlie. It's not like giving win. At that time, I don't know whether we even used to take money out of it, but I was just happy. The whole 3 months, I just happy. Nobody can tell you nonsense. I just blew anybody wrong. Anyhow. Yeah. So, my first target every year is to make sure I'm not passed by Abeku. That's all.
Hey, Charlie.
And I've made sure all this. Every time he's doing this, I'm like, you never passed me before. Every day you're talking plenty. And then his defense is that it's a long season. The long season, he'll still be at the bottom. But anyway. Yeah.
Okay. So FPL is more about the bragging rights. It's not more about the cash or the money or whatever.
No. That's secondary.
You play for our practical. Yes, we play to show how good we are in football, our football knowledge, putting it to test, and then how smart you are in football, and then many other things as well. So people think that we play FPL for the item for Charlie. We started playing FPL long before there was even anything like money or prizes or stuff on FPL. So it is pure for the beauty of it. Okay, so good. I'll ask lowest. I want to do lowest and highest moments, but I think I'll do lowest first, or I should do highest first. Which one should go first?
My lowest is right in front of me.
Okay, so you're on the floor. Lowest. We'll talk about
my
your
lowest is right in front of me, Charlie.
The lowest point in FPL. Your lowest point in FPL ever.
Actually, let me think. Yeah, this aside, this is for fun.
If you can't remember lowest, a few low points in FPL.
Well, this one definitely is one because I don't remember the last time I had 34 points. 34 points. Oh. I know that 34 points that I've done to me. That's a lot of points on the bench.
That could have moved you from where you are. You're around.
I'm going back to 380,000.
300 and something. That could have moved you into like top 100,000. That's 34 points. That's solid amount of points to move you there. Okay. So since you're talking about low point, talk about some of your very bad moments in FPL. Decisions you made, and I know you've mentioned Calvert-Lewin. Any other point in FPL that didn't go too well, you can vividly remember?
Yes, I think
that's a very good manager.
In my first year of playing, I think some told me that Aguero is very good, so we should usually be captaining him. So I think we were captaining him, getting the points, and we were enjoying. Then there was a double game week, and some said, "Okay, well, and then let's triple captain Aguero." Aguero scored 1 goal, and in the 30-something minutes he got injured, so he played only less than half. And I remember that thing. He played less than half of the game. So do you remember?
I remember.
I couldn't believe my luck, because Aguero had scored a hat-trick against Chelsea or Arsenal, scored a double against Arsenal. He'd been on a very good run, 10 goals in some number of games. So I think the team he was facing, Crystal Palace also, or some 2 cheap teams. So we all we joined the bandwagon. Some said, "Rowland, this is when you play the triple captain." Just what can be
mentor.
I was happy. I triple captain him. You also triple captain him. No 1 goal.
But at least you had 1 goal. Marvin, Calvert-Lewin. What did Calvert-Lewin give us?
I don't talk about him. Calvert-Lewin.
So wait, I trying to say that was the lowest points in your FPL playing time?
No. Because me and Calvert-Lewin, I can spend like 1 whole hour talking about me and Calvert-Lewin wahala. I tell you, on no joke aside. So I don't want to talk about Calvert-Lewin at all. So you let's move on. So Sam, so since Rowland has spoken, is that do you have any other FPL low moments apart from that?
You see, me, I think my low moments is a lot, so I don't remember. Anytime.
Okay, so mention some.
Anytime I see they have more points than me, then I vex. Like, I don't have any low moments. Especially when I go and captain someone and he captains someone else and he gets like double points, and I get mad.
You boy, you can understand.
So I don't have the low moments. It's plenty. I can't stand.
Charlie, Marvin, you are standard. You are the benchmark, the proper benchmark in FPL. Charlie.
I tell you,
there's one thing I always look at it. I always look at his performance. That's Kwame B flat. He's not here. He's not now. He's just in one of our leagues.
Yeah,
But I want to see whether because he's also very good. So I will see. Because I think one of like my happy moments. I think because you like, maybe this is you pass me next season. I'll pass him. Then you come and you pass me. So I think one of the seasons. I think it was one of the things I did very well. I think he was ahead of me. So he was. I think he was leading me by like 120 points at some point. And then I just coming. And I think in the last game, whatever, I think I captained. No, I didn't even use my triple captain. I captained Mane. Mane scored 2 goals. He captained Salah. Salah didn't score. And that's how I passed him on the last day.
That was last 2 seasons.
I think it was last 2 seasons also.
Yeah.
When I passed, wait, I even remember. Wait,
because I was second. Yes,
I asked Sam for his number. I even messaged him that day.
You can find your that's when I
started talking to Kwame.
Oh, okay.
The funny thing is that Kwame and I used to talk every day.
Okay, Sam.
I say, Kwame and I, you tell me to do something, I'm like, nah. Whatever is going to say, that it won't work. And every day backfire. So right now, they only talk
Kwame did something. This guy, who is this American player? Someone should remind me.
Dempsey.
Kwame. Oh my goodness. Kwame captain. This guy, everybody captaining Aguero or something. This guy said this game is going to captain Dempsey. I was just I think someone to buy Dempsey, but I didn't captain him. Kwame captain Dempsey. Dempsey scored 4 goals. I was like, what?
In that one side.
Dempsey scored 4 goals. The guy moved from wherever he was. He just jumped.
Kwame in school, do you know it was so bad that like when he goes to the library, he will learn. He just gonna sit behind and just be reading stats on players. So anytime he has always planned. Like, he knows what he's going to do.
I don't do that. I don't go to that extent. I'll get there. I'll get there. So Precious, what's your lowest moment so far in FPL? Some of your very low moments.
Almost like Sam. I don't remember them because usually my low moments are when I'm doing bad. I do bad for weeks. And that has kind of shaped what kind of manager I am. Because back when I first started, I didn't know. I used to take risks. Like I'll bring in Hazard, and Hazard won't do anything for like 5 weeks, and then I'll swap him out, and then he'll have like a hat trick as soon as I take him out. So my lowest moments have been moments where I made a bet on an unknown player, and then that bet would just keep dragging for weeks. So like an example this season is probably Ronaldo. Like Ronaldo, the thing that makes it bad is I didn't get him when the first week against Newcastle. I got him the following week. He scored 1 goal, and since then he'd been rubbish, right? So my lowest weeks tend to be weeks when I remember last season I got Mason Mount for 5 weeks, nothing. 2 seasons ago I got Vardy, nothing. So those my lowest weeks tend to be decisions that I make that.
Please don't mention that name again.
Pardon?
Don't mention that name again.
What do you Vardy is worrying. Vardy is worrying him this season.
See, you know how sometimes you ask me if I like a player, and I'll just tell you I don't like that player because of what they did to me in the past. Jamie Vardy, I haven't learned my lesson. This is the 3rd time Jamie Vardy has done that to me. So like from now on, I'm not getting him unless his ownership is too high. That's the only reason why I would ever get Jamie Vardy ever again.
Even if it's high crap, forget.
There's this matriculate player to Callum Wilson. You go and buy that. Never for you.
Don't even talk about that. You get injured in the first half.
You get
Oh my goodness. He's so frustrating. I don't think I've ever had that player and he scored for him before, but you let me leave him. You score.
In fact, it's just to say that there are some players who are not meant for you in FPL. Yes, sometimes we need to understand that as some players. Me, what I've learned with my Calvert-Lewin experience from last season is that Calvert-Lewin is not meant for me. So me, this season too, I said, I'll start the season with him. I started with him. Just when about to start, it was confirmed he was not going to start, injury. So I didn't buy him. And then he started the first week. He scored first week, scored second week, scored third week. And I was last season, the same mistake I made. So now I bought him game week 4. When he came in, injury. So he's not meant for me. When I don't buy him, I can scout and know when Calvert-Lewin is going to score his goals. But sometimes the dynamics of my team will not allow me to bring him in. So then I'll plug it. 2 weeks time, I'll quickly buy him. By then I'll bring him and he will land into my team. Trouble. So me now, I've just learned my lesson. Calvert-Lewin is not meant for me. So, Rowland, in case I say I'm going to buy Calvert-Lewin, just remind me that I shouldn't.
Don't even tell me about it.
Okay. Okay. So my low FPL moments. I've mentioned Calvert-Lewin. I want to talk about Calvert-Lewin. I think there was a particular season. I can remember 2 very clear ones. 3. One was the week I decided to bench Trent Alexander-Arnold against Leicester. The season I won the FPL. Against Leicester, I said, Leicester were on form. That Vardy and Cole were scoring. I knew that Liverpool won't keep the clean sheet. So I benched Trent first up. And then the game week, Trent had like 24 points or so. I think he had 2 assists and 2 goals, something like that. And then now I was just praying my other players should be benched so that Trent will come in. I prayed the whole week. Sunday, by the last match, everybody played. So Trent just started the bench. I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry. But what can I do? So I just had to ignore. That was one. And then another one was the year I bought Oba. Marvin, you're talking about Oba. When the season he came half in January. Yes. Yeah. So when the new season started, I said, I'll buy Oba. My point was that Oba had 2 very difficult fixtures, game week 1 and 2 against Man City and Chelsea. I said, no, don't worry. I need you for game week 3, 4, and 5 because those fixtures are very good. If I don't buy you to start the season, it will be difficult for me to buy you. Game week 1, no points, no worry. Game week 2, no point, no worry. Game week 3, 4, and 5, Oba gave me just 1 assist. When I got annoyed and sold Oba in game week 6, Oba started scoring the goals. So that was another one. And then thirdly, there was that same season. So later on, I had to go and buy back Oba. So I had Oba and then Sterling. That was the year Sterling really did very well. Now, Oba and Sterling, this was what they were doing to me. When I captained Oba won't score, then Sterling will score. Then the next week I'll go and captain Sterling. Sterling will score, Oba will score. For like about 7 weeks. When I captain this one will score, the other one will score. When I captain, so it was really, 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 really bad there. Okay, so we've all had our fair share of low points in FPL. So what about high points? High points. Who wants to start?
Oh, whenever I win Aliwa, Charlie.
Yeah.
Anytime I win
Aliwa. Marvin, tell us, what is the Aliwa about? I always hear about Aliwa. What is that Aliwa about?
So I don't know. So initially it was just me, Sam, Emil, and Abeku. I think we were just 4 to start with. And then Agbemo joined, so we became 5. And then we moved to Apayao joined, Seshi joined, Philip, and like towards the tail end, there was Rowland and like Eugene. So we pretty much just talk a lot about football. And it's what even makes it nice is that it's dominated by Manchester United fans as well. So when the Manchester United people battle game or
don't be silly. Nobody bring this thing come here. You
make no matter.
The group is just tailor-made for whenever you are winning. You understand? So you can go all and you can go there. Yeah, so it's just a group of 10 friends that like banter, a lot of talk about football and things like that. And it's just been like that for like years now. So I think who's the one who brought up the name the Liverpool Smoke. How he got up that name there? That one I don't know. So it's been like that since.
Okay.
So it's just 10. We're not adding any more persons to the league. It's going to be 10 people so that Kingdom come.
Sure.
Okay. So, Roland, you continue.
Okay.
The high points in FPL. Or high points.
High. Okay. Let me say. I think in my first season, I used to take a lot of hits. Okay. So minus 16, minus 12, minus 8. But funny enough, Marlvin won that season. Marlvin won that season by 11 points also.
Okay.
Sam passed me by 2 points that year. So that gave me a lot of encouragement that if I've been doing minus 16 throughout the season, minus 8, minus 12.
Okay.
And Marvin passes me by just 11.
Just 11 pay.
Yeah, you sure just 11 points.
It wasn't that much. 11.
Because they always make sure that I've passed on by like for the before I start talking plates.
You can go and check on the FPL keep records. So don't worry, let's move on.
That season, the point.
No, the reason I'm saying that is because the reason I'm saying that is I would have been so nervous throughout because when Sam is behind me, I'm always looking at it. So I have to wait till I've passed like 50, 70 or 80 points, and
that season that wasn't child. That season that wasn't because even as of the last game, I was ahead of Sam. But Sam had money, I didn't have money. And Sam captain money, I didn't captain money.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, do it.
Yeah, for that first year, I was like, so with all the minus 16 and all of that, I still managed to get here. And I think one of the high points in that season was Hazard for me. I had Hazard from the start of, a lot of managers in the Alewa group didn't have Hazard. So I think I had him from the beginning and he also helped. And when the season started, everyone had Salah. I had Mane. Because I just joined. I didn't know what it was about. But I think the first game week, Mane scored 2, Salah scored 1. The second game week, Mane scored 2, Salah scored 1 again. The third game week, he gave an assist and scored. Salah only scored also. So I think for the first 3 game weeks there, I felt the Mane move. Afterwards, Mane is Mane.
Sorry, quick one. How do you check your recent previous league? Yes, how do you check that?
Yeah, it's at view game week history. Normally, at view game week history, normally it shows the game week history. So beneath, normally we are now in game week 11. So below game week 11, you go a bit down. We show you your previous season history.
Yeah, to show you the chips than the previous seasons.
Yes. The chips you have used so far and then the season. So you have to go further down there. So Sam, are you checking it?
I'm trying to.
Yes. So normally, where your points are. So when you go to the site, where your points are, where the flag is. Yes. So you go to view game week history. Then you see that it will give you your game week history up to game week 11. Then you see the chips you have used so far this season. And then when you go a bit down further, you see the previous season history there.
Oh, okay.
Yes, great. Okay.
Challenge by you, Sam. Sam, do you know Kasa has been top 3,000 before? Check your history. You've been top 3,000 before.
Charlie. Top manager. Top manager. Top manager.
I think he's been 3,000 before. Hey, that season, the top Ghana, he was like a top 10 or something. Hey, that season.
Wow. These are proper FPL managers. Kasa.
It was 3,000. No oil.
No. We dry.
Okay. So, Precious, Precious.
It's true.
So
the
what have been your high moment?
See, the 2012-2013 season, Sam was 3,934. Marvin is right.
Wow.
Yeah, they watch dentists.
Proper manager.
Yeah.
Charlie, Sam, we salute you.
Oh, Chairman, those times they will not get anything to do.
But still, I mean, come on. It's still an achievement.
But still, Charlie, to be at that point, Charlie, it's not a small thing.
I think my highest rank has been 30-something thousand.
30-something thousand, yeah. Rowland this year is entering the top 1,000 award.
Please. Speak for yourself.
So, Precious,
speak for yourself.
Over to you.
I don't want any pressure on myself.
So for me, there have been so many high moments. That's
sure, okay.
What we love about FPL. There's so many high moments. But I think I'll talk about the first one. The first high moment for me was my second season in 2015-2016. That season was when I actually started getting good at the game, because my first season was I was just useless. I remember my first triple captain was Aguero. And it was a double game week, and the first match was against Chelsea. The second one was against Newcastle. I placed the triple captain not because of the Chelsea match,
against the
Newcastle. But he ended up getting a hat trick against Chelsea. Oh man! And then he had one more goal against Newcastle. That was the first time I played the triple captain.
I remember that season so because some passed me. Because that time I had captain Sanchez. Yeah, my triple captain was Sanchez, and Aguero played first.
Okay.
So, part three, everybody was laughing. Sanchez scored one, like that. And then, but he closed the gap because I think when Aguero scored one, Sanchez scored 2 goals, and he was a midfielder, so the gap wasn't that wide in terms of.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. What helped me was I also had Sanchez on my team. I had.
I remember you had a very, very good.
Yeah, but I also had Aguero, just I didn't captain him. It's true. I remember.
Yeah. So that was the point that. At that point, I think I was fourth in the Petrochem League. Paku was first. Is doing more, always doing more, and it was the starting points where I was over 100 points behind him. It just propelled me towards the end of the season, and I ended up winning the league with 2 weeks left. So that was like my highest point, because it was the first time I had played a triple captain and they actually hit for me. So I'll never forget that.
What about your other triple captain? What's your other high points?
I've also had I've also had a season where I have had a solid triple captain. Like last year, for example, Kane, which is the funny aspect, because I think it was good, but it could have been way better. I triple captain Kane. First match, he had 2 goals already, and he got hit. I don't know if you remember that double game week. He got hit in the first match, but they ended up with a brace for the game week. So that was good for me. And then I triple captain Salah once. He had a hat trick, but then I think a lot of people who hadn't already played their triple captain by that time, they'd already played it, so it wasn't much of my. So basically, the trend is my highest points are when my triple captain or my bench boost hits, because that's when I know that I have made actually good decisions because that can take you from like 10th place to like top 4 like in a short amount of time. So those are really high memorable points for me.
Hey, Kwame B flat is on.
Okay. Precious, you're done, right? Because it looks like the internet from the end is no good. You're done. Okay, great. Call me B flat. Great to have you here. So we have shout outs from Kwame B Flats. Kwame B Flats is giving us a shout out there. And then we have Celebrity Splendor 2 giving us. So we have guys joining us, shout outs from the team. So Charlie, guys are really, we are always happy to have our FPL guys all here. So shout outs to all our viewers. This is a classic show. This is not just a show for today. It's a show beyond today, because people will watch this in other seasons beyond this season as well. And I'm sure when we grow old, we'll let our children come and watch and see. Charlie, come and see what your daddies were doing when they were quite young. Yes. Okay, so Sam, so any very good FPL week you had, high moments, high moments you had in FPL. No, Sam, sorry. Sam, please, sorry. I just remembered something. I wanted to talk about what Precious said. I think since that week where Aguero hit that hat-trick, we've not been getting good double game weeks at all. Since that time, I don't know. It looks like the coaches will play the player one and bench him second one. You know, for some seasons before then, when you have Sanchez double game week, you are sure this guy will hit for you. If you have but now since that time, I think nowadays they'll play one, bench one. So now I think the planning that was towards a double game week is not becoming useful again, because you do all the planning and then when you get there,
never captain a City player doing double game. No.
Well, that's all.
Don't captain a City player. I think.
Okay. Move.
Sorry, my highlight was, I think, in 2012, 2013. I captained Dembaba. And he had he had he scored some 4 goals sometime, and I was the only person who captained him. No one captained him. Now I remember apart from that.
Wow.
Apart from that, I don't really. The rest are just normal, but that Dembaba move was a good one.
So Sam, sorry, let me ask. So did you know why did you not take pass? Wait, now everything become beast like that.
If you ask Abona, he say no, right now
there, Charlie. No way, Charlie. Story, Charlie. So my FPL very high moment. One was I made a decision to change from Mane to Salah. From Salah to Mane 2 seasons ago, the season I won the FPL, like that. So what happened was, I was listening to the comment from my Liverpool guys in the chess group. So Paku was complaining about Salah. Love was saying Mane is playing better. And then I think Komla made a comment. Was like, okay, so I hadn't watched any Liverpool game. You know, let me say this on record. I hardly watch football games. I hardly watch the EPL games. What I do is I listen to commentary. So all through Saturday to Sunday, I'm listening to commentary. And the commentary I'm listening, I'm just picturing to see how the game is going and everything. So I'm relying much on commentary. Once in a while, I might be home on Saturday and I might get some TV to watch. Maybe I might watch the 3 p.m. game. And then I might watch some highlights. Sometimes because of church, I miss all the highlights. So sometimes I just follow I follow the video commentary, follow it as rigidly as possible to have a fair idea of which players are doing or which teams are on form. So because I have not watched Liverpool that year, when these Liverpool guys talk, they are all 3 Liverpool guys, and they were commenting that they look like Mane is playing better this year. So I said, okay. So then I intentionally asked them on the page. I asked them, so Lo, between Mane and Salah, who do you think is better? And he said Mane is better. Then I asked the other guy. He was like, Salah will come back. But then when he said Mane is better, I said, okay, great. I'm going to switch from Salah to Mane. And when I switched, Mane gave me the point, because within that period, it was more like Mane was the guy holding the team. Though Salah was called 1 here, 1 here, there. And I really, because that was what pushed me. I was climbing gradually. And then later on in the season, when I realized that Salah was getting back his form, I went to buy back Salah. And the best decision of all, which is thanks to my wife, my beautiful, lovely wife. This is what happened. You know that there was a double game week before Corona that year. I think it was double game week 24.
Hey,
so Liverpool
Marvin captain Mane. I remember.
Oh, remember. Liverpool had that day. So at that point in time, Salah was picking back his form. You know, so I had the Liverpool double up, Mane and Salah in my team, the two of them. So Salah was now picking back his form for me, but Mane was still better. So then it was a tight call who to captain. So I asked my wife in the morning. That time I was in Accra, so I called her. That was my girl. It wasn't my wife. I asked her in the morning, Mane and Salah, who's the captain? She said Salah. I said, I want you to say Mane for me so that captain Mane. She said Salah. Then when I closed school, I called. When I called, I asked her again, Mane, Salah. Which one again? She said Salah. You can. This one. Tell Mane make I have movement. Captain Mane, triple captain Mane. Then just about 20 minutes to deadline, I think I walked out. So as I was walking out, I was speaking to her. And I asked her again for the last time, Salah Mane. Who? She said Salah. I said, okay, master. The lady has spoken. I have no option. So then I changed it and I made it triple captain Salah. Marvin, tell me what happened that week.
Salah, what game? I can't remember. Sorry, I can't remember.
So yes, so what happened was that Mane got injured around 30th.
Mane got injured, yeah.
In the first match, and then Salah, I think Salah hit 2 goals in the first one and went to the second goal in the third one. So then I was like, wow, because I even took FPL managers who played their triple captain or captain that period, almost about 80% captain Mane, and then just 20% of us captain Salah. And that was what really lifted me high up the rankings. And that was one of the contributing factors to me winning FPL that day. Though I had a very good rank by then, so I think that was what moved me to the top 10 in Ghana. By then I entered top 10 in Ghana, and then officially I knew that I was going to win that year. So thanks to my wife, shout outs to her.
So
Coming me flat is like yes, No, it wasn't a game against what?
It was West Ham. It was West Ham. It was Wolves and West Ham.
Yes, it was West Ham.
The first game was against Wolves.
West Ham. Yes, the Watford game is also a different game. Yes, the Watford game is also a different game.
The game against West Ham, he scored a penalty and he scored another goal.
That was the game. I think that one. I think it was just a. If I'm correct, I think that game. I think that a lot of games are not happening or something. I think it was just 6 games or something. And then some people, I don't know, maybe it's different. I think it's different. But it was a game that's what I think Salah scored like 4 goals or something. Because I remember I captained him. I was so happy. I was so I was so happy. Oh my goodness. FPL there.
Okay.
Well,
Sure.
Yeah, sure. So I'm just saying that he says he has to leave.
Say bye to us. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. I'll surely join again.
Sure.
Hopefully next 2 weeks when I pass Marvin, I'll come on.
Great.
He's the benchmark.
Let's enjoy our rest. So thanks so much. We know it's midnight where you are, Charlie. So
no.
Catch some sleep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Bye. So, in wrapping up, what were we? I forgot what we were, Charlie.
We were talking about Salah, the Watford game.
Yes, the Watford game. So, Marvin, you said it was a single game week, right?
It was a single game week, and I remember it was, those ones that the teams that are playing are just like maybe 6 teams or 5 teams or whatever.
Those
and I think,
okay. Blank game week, okay. Yeah. I have not remembered. Yes, good. I have not remembered.
And that it was between Mane Salah. And I think I remember my captain. Either that one or there was one that we actually a lot of people triple captained in a single game week.
No, it was a blank game week. I now remember. The reason why I now remember was that single game week. I had planned towards it, so I unleashed my free hit chip, and then I had like 11 players, so I could get 11 players. But the funny thing was that I wasn't happy about it because Salah's huge haul made everybody who didn't free hit point was quite very close to me. So the advantage I had was quite very small. So I don't really remember that week, but as you now said, I've now remembered. Yes, it was a week that even those who have not really planned towards the double game because of the Salah captaincy, almost everybody did well that week. Yes, sure. Charlie, hey, those who do not plan will be the same as you, Charlie. How you go do it? So yes. So any other thing you want to talk about FPL? Okay, last question. Is there any rule you want FPL to change? Anything you want FPL to change?
I think the strikers are bomb, so they should give us a 5-5 formation.
5-5 formation as well.
But we have 4-4-2, so they should give us a 5-5 formation. Yeah, we should totally forget about the strikers. Vardy, Shea, Wilson, Shea, Obama minus. What again? I mean, all of them. Kane Kradi, then Ronaldo.
Okay.
Lukaku is injured. Before he was injured, he was giving 2 million. So it's insignificant. So they should give us the 5-5 formation and we'll see what we can
do. Precious, what do you want it to change?
This is a tough one because I want there to be a rule where that will make the game more fun. And what makes the game more fun is when there are more points going around for players. So this is just minor. I think systematically there's more rules that they can add. They can have more points for different stats than the traditional stats we know. But I think that makes it a bit more complex. But there's one rule that they can do where the vice captain and captain rule, you have the ability after the game week to decide whether or not you want to keep the captain score or the vice captain score.
Thank you.
So that because sometimes what makes or breaks your game week is your captain's score. Sometimes you can have a really terrible game week, but your captain did well, and then because of that you did better than the average. Or sometimes you can have a really good everyone on your team did well, but because of the captain that you picked, your average score ended up being lower than you expected. So that's one rule that they can change, allow you to be able to switch your captain to your vice captain at the end of the game week if you want.
So like it can be like a chip that you can use twice in a season.
Yeah,
so
yeah. So not just every week. Not just every week.
So like twice, one at the start, one at the first half, one at the second half. Okay, good. Not bad. Marvin.
You can make the workout 3. This is the workout 3 for us.
So when will the first one expire? When will the second one expire?
There's not my consent. Just make it 3.
It's not your consent. Make it 3. You decide.
They can do the 3 chips. They can just do times 2. So they do one first half of the season, like the workers. One, they rest second half of the season.
So 3 hits. So 2 free hits. 2 bench boosts. 2 triple captain.
Yeah, but you can use it first half of the season. The other one, the second half of the season.
Okay.
A day. So that you can't necessarily target the double game weeks to use those chips necessarily. I mean that's the idea. But
Marvin, you can show you the comment. Show you a comment.
The workout today, Charlie.
No, that's a good idea.
That's it.
Because
Sure. Precious talk.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Because a few weeks back, I think people were thinking of Salah as a triple captain option when he was really in form, and that would have been a really good opportunity to play your triple captain on Salah to boost you. So that's a good idea.
Okay. So
let's look at Kwame B Flats.
Yes. So I'm going to put it there. So Kwame B Flats, yes, thanks for your comments. You are always with us. Thanks for always being with us. So I think it should be done to maximize your points, even from the bench, so you can replace and help them forward. players. For instance,
34
look
points.
at the points on Marvin's bench this week. It is so sad. Oh, yes. So
No,
there
but
can be that kind. Okay, Kasa, Rowland flow.
do you know that Marvin, your bench points they are just 7 more than mine. Even though even though you got 34, I have like 27 on my bench.
Well done.
Who do you have on your bench?
I have
Norma. Who was there? Foster. And who was Livramento?
Then
Foster is a penalty, 7 points. Livra.
No, but mine is
I have
more
27 points.
No, you know, man, nobody
I'm saying
cares
so
about
11,
Norma.
6, and another one.
Yours is understandable. It's an okay this thing.
It's understandable. It is a fluke.
Your bench
There was
points
no
are
way
not
Norma was going to play.
Cancelo,
Roland, you bench Cancelo.
Who?
Roland, you bench Cancelo.
Marvin benched him.
Marvin bench Cancelo.
We have Cancelo.
What I had with I told you that what I had a trend from the year that Leicester, I've told myself I will never bench a top guy against a team, no matter whatever I expect the defense. That day, okay. So it's been nice. Any last thing before we wrap up? It's been nice talking about FPL, our love for FPL, how FPL is, and I know this episode is going to be a classic episode. Because any year you can watch it. It's not peculiar to only this season as well. So, anything before we wrap up?
I'm good on my end.
Anyone say anything before we wrap up?
I'm good here also.
The only thing I'll say is just have fun.
That
if you're not having fun whilst playing the FPL, then you're not playing it right for me.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Sure. It's just a game, just play it and enjoy it. Let it release stress and then other things that will put your football knowledge in. And it makes watching football also interesting. It will make you go and watch a Burnley game against Brighton. If you watch that exactly. You won't watch a Burnley game against
I thought
I think I didn't hear you. Question. It makes football. Yes. So it makes us enjoy watching because even sometimes you don't have a player in the match, but you are scouting for a player in that match. So it makes you watch and enjoy football the more as well. Just that Charlie, if it does not go well, then Charlie, you'll be crying. I hear the Salah captaincy against United. Those who didn't have Salah captain, when Salah scored first goal, it was at least one goal is okay. When he scored second goal, they couldn't watch the game. Their hearts was Charlie. But sometimes it happens. So we take the good with the bad as well. Okay, so we'll end today's show here. This is serious because if you're the frustrated past the real match.
Yeah, very true. Very, very, very true.
You can be watching and you will why didn't you pass the ball to De Bruyne? Why? If Sterling score, you ball with that Sterling score, but it's why? They scored the goal, but you ball. Why? Because you want De Bruyne to score.
One funny thing is, every Saturday when I'm watching the match, I go like, oh, Famane, what are you doing? So I think again, it started like 1 minute. It was in the first minute. Then I was like, oh, Famane. My wife was like, hey, Rowland, you started early. Why? It's just the first minute of the game. I can't believe you started so early. I was like, you don't know what's going on.
You don't know
so I know it's very frustrating.
Remember the goal. Remember the goal Fornal scored for West Ham last week. It was he had Antonio to his right, so he could have passed. The way I was wondering, why did you pass to Antonio?
So annoying.
But we take it with the good, the bad, and the ugly, and then we just hope we get better. And I hope that as we are saying, we want to grow the channel as well. So managers to like it for us, share it for us, let others know. And we know bit by bit, we are on the journey. We are on the journey together. We are going to go and get better as well. And we promise to give you the best of FPL content as well to help you as well. So thanks, Precious. Thanks, Roland. Thanks, Marvin. Thanks to Sam as well for joining us. Thanks Samuel Apao, so Caesar, Pame B Flat, all those that join us in there, and all those that will watch and replay. Thanks for always watching. Drop us a comment, drop us a like, subscribe, and then let's help great. We'll meet God will. It's an international break, so everybody to rest. Roland, you know, funny enough, I've been resting. This week I have not talked about FPL Charlie that much. Have you realized I'm not talking about FPL that much? Funny enough, me of all people not talking about FPL. I don't know. Myself, I'm actually stressed out. You know, actually I was stressed out. So I'm just taking the break, and then next week I'll zoom back into action, and then we'll get ready. So
that next week we'll get to talk about managing points on the bench. So just relax, conserve the energy, so that we are waiting next week.
you are shading Marvin there. I don't go mind. I'll mind you. So we'll end it there. Okay. So all the best managers, thanks you. We'll meet God willing next week, Thursday, 7 p.m. GM sharp as well. All the best in your preparation and your rest as well. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.